Have you ever wondered why some prayers seem to unlock the treasures of heaven, while others leave us waiting? Jesus revealed the key to powerful prayers, prayers that connect us deeply with God and transform our lives. The Creator doesn't just hear your voice. He listens to the very cries of your soul. In Matthew 7 verse 7, Jesus assures us, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you." But what's the secret to knocking on heaven's door the right way? Prayer isn't about reciting perfect words. It's about creating a bond of trust and intimacy with God. Imagine having the kind of faith that Jesus said could move mountains. That's the level of connection He wants you to experience. And in this video, you'll learn how to reach it. But here's something even more incredible. There's a deeper truth about prayer that most people overlook. Before we uncover this mystery, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. It helps us spread the message and bring more people closer to God. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll discover something about prayer that could completely change how you see your relationship with God. Stay with us to find out. Prayer is more than a ritual. It's a profound dialogue with the Creator that nourishes the soul and strengthens faith. Jesus himself exemplified the power of prayer, often retreating to solitary places to commune with God. In Luke 5 verse 16, it is written, "But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed." This wasn't a mere act of habit. It was a demonstration of dependence on the Father and an invitation for us to do the same. Imagine how prayer transforms an ordinary day into one filled with peace and clarity. A simple morning prayer, thanking God for His blessings and asking for guidance, can set the tone for the entire day. Prayer allows us to express gratitude, seek forgiveness, and align our hearts with God's will. It's not about perfect words, but a sincere heart longing to connect with the Creator. The beauty of prayer is its accessibility. It can be whispered in the silence of the night or shouted in the middle of chaos. Whether you're on your knees in a quiet room or walking in the park, prayer bridges the gap between heaven and earth. It's a lifeline, a source of peace, and a way to deepen our relationship with God. As we continue, let's explore how Jesus taught us to pray with intimacy and purpose. Intimacy with God is cultivated in moments of genuine connection, away from the noise and distractions of daily life. Jesus emphasized this in Matthew 6 verse 6, "But when you pray, go into your room, close the door and pray to your Father, who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you." This teaching highlights the importance of private, authentic prayer as a pathway to deeper communion with the Creator. Think of the peace that comes from spending time in quiet reflection with God. Setting aside a specific place and time for prayer, whether it's a corner of your room or a bench in a park, creates a sacred space to pour out your heart and listen for His guidance. By removing external distractions, we can focus fully on our relationship with God, drawing strength and clarity from His presence. Private prayer isn't about isolation. It's about intimacy. These moments allow us to share our deepest fears, joys, and hopes with the One who knows us best. In doing so, we align our will with His and open our hearts to His transformative love. As we continue, let's delve into the model of prayer Jesus shared, which serves as a guide for building this intimate relationship with God. The Lord's Prayer, taught by Jesus in Matthew 6 verses 9 to 13, serves as a profound guide for aligning our hearts with God's will. It begins with reverence, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name," reminding us to approach God with awe and respect. Each line reflects a balance between seeking God's kingdom and addressing daily needs, showing that prayer is both spiritual and practical. Consider how the phrase, "Give us today our daily bread," highlights dependence on God for our physical and spiritual sustenance. It's a reminder that every blessing, whether material or emotional, comes from Him. This line encourages believers to trust in God's provision, knowing He understands what we need before we even ask. Small acts, like giving thanks for meals or reflecting on daily blessings, Reinforce this trust in His care. The prayer also emphasizes forgiveness and protection. Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. By seeking forgiveness, we acknowledge our shortcomings while committing to extend grace to others. It concludes with a plea for guidance. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, inviting God to steer our paths and shield us from harm. Let's move forward to explore the persistence Jesus encouraged in prayer. Persistence in prayer is a testament to faith and trust in God's timing. Jesus emphasized this in Luke 11 verse 9, saying, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you." This encouragement reveals that prayer isn't a one-time act, but a continuous effort to communicate with God, demonstrating reliance on His wisdom and promises. Imagine someone praying for guidance during a challenging time. By persistently seeking God's counsel, they remain connected to Him, even when answers seem delayed. Practical steps, such as keeping a prayer journal or revisiting scriptures that resonate with their needs, help maintain focus and strengthen faith. Persistence builds patience, allowing us to trust God's perfect timing. Persistent seeking also deepens our understanding of God's character. As we keep knocking, we learn to align our desires with His will, finding peace in His plans. Jeremiah 29 verse 13 promises, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." This assurance encourages believers to pursue God wholeheartedly, trusting that every prayer opens a door to His purpose. Let's move forward to understand the power of collective prayer. Prayer in a community unites hearts and magnifies faith, creating a collective strength that uplifts and inspires. Jesus emphasized the power of unity in Matthew 18 verse 20, "For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them." This profound promise assures us that God's presence is magnified in collective prayer, fostering a deeper sense of connection with Him and one another. Imagine a small group coming together to pray for a common purpose, whether for healing, guidance, or a breakthrough. In these moments, individual prayers merge into a chorus of faith, creating an atmosphere filled with God's peace and assurance. Participating in church prayer groups, family devotions, or even virtual prayer meetings are practical ways to experience the power of unity in prayer. Community prayer not only amplifies petitions, but also cultivates a sense of accountability and mutual encouragement. Sharing personal struggles and victories strengthens the bonds within the group and reinforces trust in God's provision. Hebrews 10 verses 24 to 25 reminds us to spur one another on toward love and good deeds, encouraging believers to remain steadfast in their collective faith. Let's explore how faith and authenticity bring depth to our individual prayers. Faith is the foundation of effective prayer, shaping the way we connect with God and respond to His promises. Jesus emphasized the importance of belief in Mark 11 verse 24, saying, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This principle highlights the power of authenticity and unwavering trust when bringing our petitions before the Creator. Consider how faith transforms a simple prayer into a declaration of trust. Imagine praying for clarity in a difficult decision. When grounded in faith, that prayer becomes more than words. It's a confident step toward God's guidance. Practical actions, like meditating on scriptures about trust or writing down past answered prayers, reinforce our belief in God's faithfulness and encourage perseverance. Faith in prayer also calls us to align our hearts with God's will, seeking not only our desires but His greater purpose. This alignment brings peace, knowing that His plans are always for our good. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." As we close, let's reflect on how prayer and faith lead to deeper intimacy with God. What will you do with the keys to prayer that Jesus has given you? The Creator of the universe is ready to listen, guide, and bless you, but it's up to you to take the first step. James 5 verse 16 reminds us, The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. Are you ready to pray with faith, persistence, and intimacy, trusting God to move in your life like never before? Think about the prayers you've been holding in your heart. Have you been seeking God with all your soul, or are distractions keeping you from the peace He promises? What steps can you take today to deepen your connection with Him? Perhaps setting aside time for prayer, joining a community of faith, or simply opening your heart in honesty. The answers you seek are waiting on the other side of faith-filled prayer.